Welcome to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you'll hear about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Now, let's join your hosts, Spivvy Williams and Terrible T Guy.
All right, guys, welcome to the next edition of Event Radio. We are at, again, the holy grail of drag racing, and this is a very special event, guys. When many years ago, and I'm going to say, 1974, I think, or maybe 1975, there was an event that went on here at Beach Bend that sort of put this place on the map, and it was... Oh, man, it was just phenomenal. Nobody had ever seen the crowds like that could draw. And it's, I don't know, this is sort of a deja vu event for me. This is probably one of the events that really got me fired up about actually pursuing drag racing as a little more than a hobby. It is a phenomenal race. It is a great race. And it's sort of like, I don't know, I had the pleasure just this week of hooking up with an old friend that I hadn't even seen for 50 years. And boy, it was just like being buddies, and it was just like, we quit, but this is where we started again. And just like nothing had ever happened, even though we probably both lived well over half our lives in the meantime. And it's a deal that this event is exactly that way. In the beginning, Beach Bend has always been a premier racetrack. It has always been the absolute best track in the country. And people really took to notice when the very first Sports Nationals came here. They had never seen that kind of crowd. They had never seen that many race cars in one place. And they had never witnessed taking 2 hours almost to get into it and another 2 hours to get away from it. Well, all of that, of course, has changed, and now there are many multi-day events that draw the huge attendance that this one has. But only right for this being Memorial Day weekend, the weekend that honors our veterans, the weekend that honors all the things and the memories of the past. This race is absolutely perfect for that. And it is the coming back or coming home, I guess, of the NHRA Sports Nationals to Beach Bend. Crowd, phenomenal. Hardly a place to park the Event Radio rig, and cars everywhere. They fought 2 days of rain and mud and everything, but it didn't dampen the spirits at all of this event. It is going to be a huge, phenomenal event. You got to thank the great guys at JEGS. You got to thank the guys at Quick Fuel, one of our sponsors, for saying, hey, guys, this is a tremendous deal. Let's bring this back. Let's have a big time. And, boy, they sure know how to do. And racers, like always, they fell right in there and said, yeah, man, we had fun. We want to come back. This place is absolutely full of race cars. There are cars here. You know, it's really funny to me. We do this every week somewhere, and I see cars every week that I've never seen before. And I see some of the same, but I see a lot that I've never seen. And this event brings out the best of the best. Why is it the Sports Nationals? There are no professional classes here. This is just like going to Indy or any other big event, Winter Nationals, or anywhere you want to go. But the pro guys, you get a weekend off. You get to go throw your sucker in the dirt and stay home and do whatever you do. And these guys are the star of the show, and rightly should be, because they are the backbone of drag racing. They made drag racing what it was. Yeah, we love John Force. Yeah, we love Dale Worsham. Yeah, we love Tony Schumacher. We love all of those guys putting on such a phenomenal show. But these guys are the ones that made it what it is. These guys are the ones that spent the bloody knuckle Saturday nights and all through the week and drew a regular paycheck to come out here and put on a show for this huge amount of fans. And guys, at Event Radio, it could not be a better weekend for us. Memorial Day weekend, nothing tops honoring our veterans. We appreciate them. We pray for their families, and we appreciate the huge, I guess you would call, price that they paid in order to allow us to be out here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon having such a great time with more race cars than I've seen in this place in a long time. Every time you come out here and you think they can't park any more of them, they pull another rabbit out of their hat, and boy, here we go again. We're having fun again. So we're going to get out of here. We're going to take a second, say hi to our sponsors, tell them how much we appreciate them like we always do. And we're going to go and meet some of these fine folks and introduce you to some guys that are the true stars of the NHRA JEGS Quick Fuel Sports Nationals. Do not go anywhere. You're on Event Radio, and we will be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
Okay, guys, we are back on Event Radio, and we run into a gentleman. It's sort of hard to miss him. He is one of the presenters of this event, and absolutely, no doubt, the coolest mail order company on the planet. There is no equal, even though there's some that try. They just don't quite get there. But I'm with my friend, Mr. Mike Coughlin from JEGS. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I couldn't be better. We're
really
at a racetrack, and it's sun shining, and got a great turnout down here.
Guys, I tell you what, we went over for you on the last show that Mike was on, why all the yellow cars and stuff, and we know that. But now these guys, excuse me, show just how much class they got, because I took a picture. They come to Corvette City, and what kind of race car do they bring? They bring a 57 Corvette. Boy, how cool is that?
Yep, that's my nephew Troy Jr. is driving that one, and just getting ready to go some rounds here today, hopefully.
Well, I think you'll do well, my friend. This is a great event. This is a historic event. And I said in the opening of this show, I remember coming to the first one. I think it was in 74 or 5.
74, yeah.
Okay, I remember. You know, when you get old, a year doesn't matter. You know, you're not there yet, but you're getting there.
I'm getting there.
But I remember it was the first event that drew a crowd of this size to this facility, and it was just phenomenal. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's we were here for the inaugural one. My dad was running in the alcohol classes, and I remember that pretty well. It was something spectacular. You know, you come to Beach Bend Park here, and you got an amusement park and a racetrack and all kinds of fun stuff happening.
Well, and it hadn't done anything but get better, you know. I remember a lot. You guys came here a lot. I mean, there must have been an express lane from Ohio to here, because I can remember your dad bringing the funny car Camaro here and all kinds of things from I mean, you guys have always been the class of the field, and you always when you go to the starting line, the people leave their seats and they come to the fence, and rightly so. They should.
Yeah, it's a great facility. They get a great crowd down here. My dad, in 74, the first one, my dad did have his alcohol funny car here, and I don't recall the outcome, but I do remember being here. But this is,
I believe that I don't know if Don Woosley won the first one, but I know Armstrong and all those guys were here from the West Coast. They just it was the first time that they got to be the star of the show, you know, without the fuel guys.
Yeah, Jimmy Scott actually won the first one.
Did he?
He's here this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the inaugural winners are here this weekend.
I know,
and we're going to honor them actually in a pre-race ceremony here in a little bit.
I know that Don Woosley and I became great friends later on in life, and man, we sat around before he passed away and came and did some crazy stuff, and we were friends for lots of years. But this place is always, you know, back in those years, this was a regular Sunday was almost a national event. You know, you remember that?
Yeah, I do, and that's why we were proud to bring it back to the Sports Nationals Bowling Green, because that's where it started. Well,
and this facility, the people appreciate you. They they not only want to do business with you, but they appreciate you guys getting out in the trenches, if you will. And what a better weekend to bring back memories than Memorial Day weekend. How much better is that?
Yeah, we're very pleased with the car count turnout that came here, and we're pleased to give back to the racers. We're sportsman racers at heart, and we've raced the sportsman classes pretty much our whole life. So it's a lot of fun. We're really enjoying it. If we had some rain on Thursday, and other than that, it's been nothing but positive vibes here. It's been great.
Well, I tell you what, you guys cause positive vibes because you make it where the little brown truck is your favorite thing you see coming to your house, and it's only right. I won't bother you. You were cooling it in your trailer, and you were gracious enough to be on here for a couple of minutes, and I appreciate it. First, let me thank you for bringing the event back. This is wonderful. The racers here are great. They are having a ball, and Jegs is the reason that one of the reasons, rather, that this is happening, and we thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. We've had a lot of good support, so we're glad to be back here in Bowling Green, and we're coming back next year too. So
hey, we look forward to that. Maybe I can lose another 20 pounds, but then you think I doubt it.
Hey,
I can try.
Whatever,
right? Everything's possible. Yeah, okay. Guys, the one and only Mr. Mike Coughlin, Jegs. If you need a part for your hot rod and you can't buy it at Jegs, my friend, you do not have a hot rod. And
we'll find it if we don't have
it. You got it, I'm sure. But just go to jegs.com and if you get a chance, guys, stop by at any race that they are and say, hey, guys, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being the loyal race supporter that you are, bringing back races like the Sports Nationals and being sponsors in so many different things. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much for taking your time, and I hope you have a heck of a day.
Yeah, me too. It's our pleasure to be here, so thanks for the opportunity.
All right. Got to leave you and go look at pretty girls now. That's okay. I can't help myself.
Definitely.
Guys, you're on Event Radio. We're at the Jegs trailer, just having a blast. And boy, I tell you what, this is the best seat in the house. I see why he's sitting in the back. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the Jegs Quick Fuel NHRA Sports Nationals. And I get to talk to a little lady that I actually met some time ago. And to see this little gal, you would not believe she drives what she drives. And her name is Christina. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, for an old fat guy, I'm all right.
In the heat as well. You're doing all right.
Is it hot here?
Oh, my God.
See, I thought it was you and me. I didn't know what it was.
Well, okay, you may have a point. It's the humidity that's getting to me. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah, boy, it is. I got a little touch of asthma, all kidding aside, and it makes it really rough.
Yeah, I bet.
But, so how is the hot rod, my dear?
The car is excellent. We ran 2 really good passes yesterday in qualifying. We ran a 6:35 with a 0 and followed it with a 6:34 with a 5. And that's going lane to lane, so we were pretty stoked about that.
That's a bracket car, girl.
Exactly.
Not a supercharged hot rod. That's a bracket car. To run that consistent, that'll win you races anywhere.
We're hoping so. If I can just get my act together and keep it together, we should be good to go.
How long have you been doing this stuff?
Because
you're a young gal now. I mean, you're...
Yep, I just turned 30, and I have been racing since I was 7. First, we raced speedway go-karts on dirt ovals.
I know about that.
Yep, and then we moved to junior dragsters.
I know about that.
Awesome years there. And then we moved up to Super Pro and raced locally.
Okay.
And then we moved to Super Quick and started running Division 3 Super Quick, which was super fun.
Okay.
And then just recently moved up to Top Dragster.
You're just a super kind of gal,
super,
aren't you?
Super. I realized like halfway through that I was saying super a lot.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, I like it. I really like the car, and I promised you that one of these days I would catch you parked somewhere, and I would have you on this. See, I chase out pretty girls is what it is. I just do that.
Can't say I blame you. I probably would too, yeah.
When you're old, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. Do what you can.
Yeah. Of course, it seems to be all the girls I talk to, and it's a coined expression, fast women.
Right.
Because all the girls I talk to drive race cars and hot rods and stuff.
Right.
And I think that's just cooler than pockets on the shirt.
You can get away with calling us fast, and we can't be upset about it.
That's
right?
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
We better move. I'm gonna move.
We're about to get run over by.
We're getting run over by a runaway stacker, and
it's a good thing we're mobile.
We are. We're cool. So tell us, you're from Indiana, right?
Yes, we're from Indiana. The car resides down by Evansville, Indiana.
Our buddy Charlie.
Yes, and our buddy Charlie Evans is from Owensboro, Kentucky, just across the river.
Charlie and I are old-time buddies.
See, there you go. And
I don't tell many people.
Oh, yeah, I probably wouldn't admit to it either.
No, I don't tell many people I know him, but he is a nice guy.
Super. He, see, there was super again. He's a super nice guy. He came along about 8 years ago, and we partnered up, and since then we've been using one of his engines all through the super quick times and now into Top Dragster, and he's never let us down. He builds awesome stuff, and he's always supplied us with the best of the best. Now with the Ford Hemi, it's different and exciting, and so everybody comes by to look at it.
That's cool. What I was going to say. You're doing this completely unconventionally, and you're spanking them, and I think that makes you a cool little lady.
Well,
now,
thank you.
Not only you have a ton of talent to drive that thing as well as you do, but you take stuff that everybody else says is unproved, and and you spank them with that, and I think that's great.
It's a lot of fun, and in fact, our car is one of the older ones out here. It's actually an 05, which is kind of unheard of in this class anymore.
Yeah, that's okay.
It is okay, and we actually just got word that we'll be receiving the Best Engineered Vehicle at this event, the award at this event. So here at 12:45, we get to go up and have our picture taken, and I think a lot of people are going to be quite surprised because
you don't stick your tongue out.
No, definitely not.
Oh, come on.
No, I think they'll get the point. We've actually had a number of people tell us that car's too old to run in this class to go that fast.
Yeah, right.
Things like that, and so that'll be fun. We just get to smile and take our picture and then hopefully win some rounds. We'll see.
Well, I'm going to take some pictures of your car, and when on this show where it will go in behind, there's the man himself. Boy, you've got the head guy here helping you. No wonder
he's always lurking.
Yeah, no wonder he's going fast. but I'm going to take some pictures of your car and
awesome.
flip it behind this so that our listeners can get to know you. And maybe, guys, trust me, this little lady is a sweetheart. If you're at a race anywhere that she's at, please come up and talk to her. You're missing one of the nicest people at the racetrack.
Unless I just woke up. Fair warning.
Well, I mean, everybody's got to have their
a little
coffee.
cranky.
Everybody's got to have
but
their
otherwise,
coffee.
yeah, I'm usually pretty good after that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a donut and coffee will do wonders.
Fact.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, well, hey, we'll go have donuts together. How about that?
I'm totally good with that.
Right. Guys, I'm telling you, one of the sweetest little ladies you ever want to meet, and I've been waiting to get her on this show. She was so gracious. I had a friend that was making a calendar, and it went all over. Your car has been seen, but nobody's got to talk to you. and I wanted to do that because you are a sweetheart. You are a great racer. You are a seasoned veteran, even at a very young age. And I hope you go out and just spank them to death.
Well, thank you. Me too.
I do too.
Thank you very much.
Guys, you're on Event Radio. We have just too much fun at this deal. And we actually search out the best of the best. And I have just brought you one. Miss Christina is a champion. And trust me, get your magazines out. You will see this little chickie poo in the very near future. Guys, you're on Event Radio. We're at the Sports Nationals having fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the Sports Nationals, the JAGS Quick Fuel Sports Nationals, and I run up on a gentleman that I have watched his cars a long, long time, and this gentleman is a first class chassis builder. He builds some of the most beautiful race cars you've ever laid your eyes on. I'm going to take some pictures of it. And there's a new Pro Mod Corvette. It's what it looks like. I don't know if it's a Pro Mod or what it is, but it sure could pass as one if it's not. But this guy, this ain't his first rodeo. Mr. Bob Mandel, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bob's Profab race cars, guys. And there's a lot of guys that can weld two tubes together. But it takes a little more than that. And you sort of figured out how to do that, bud.
Yeah, after 40 years, I celebrated 40 years March 28th. And believe it or not, my sons actually build the cars today. I mean, it's
Really?
just a tribute to them, the workmanship, first class all the way. It's just it's a great thing to watch your boys grow into this sport and take over what we've always set out to do.
Well, I tell you what, buddy, you've become an excellent instructor. Can you imagine as a young person, and let's say a young person that went to an auto shop class that was really into this, and to have you as a dad to watch them and teach them and mentor them, gee, how much better could it be than that?
Oh, absolutely. It's a tremendous amount of work. A lot of people that really look at the race cars and look at it in detail, they see the workmanship, they see the thousands and thousands of hours that are poured into these cars, and it's really gratifying when they walk up and when you first bring them out. Like we brought this brand new 2016 Corvette out. This is a top sportsman car, and it does have a Brad Anderson Hemi in it. We just wanted to do something different this year and have something that looks super fast sitting still as we sit here looking at it, as you can tell.
Well, of course, and it's really cool that you brought it to this race because this is Corvette City, USA. Every Corvette in the world comes from here, and of course, I think that what you've brought is how they ought to be used. This old deal of rubbing it on them and waxing them and all that crap, that's okay, but this is really what a Z06 ought to be, right?
Oh, I absolutely. Just to let you know, I have a brand new 2016 Corvette that I just took delivery of.
Really?
And
did you do the museum delivery deal?
No, I did not, and I wish now that I did. I didn't realize that was a opportunity to showcase, because I would have came up with my big trailer to pick it up, and I would have rolled that out to put the new car in.
Yeah, and you would have stopped the show, my friend.
Well,
I do a lot of the radio for the museum.
Yeah,
and stuff. And I have done a museum delivery on this show live with a little lady out of Georgia that bought one of the very first Z06 convertibles of this year. And it's a pretty cool thing that they do. But trust me, I really wish you would bring that car to one of the events, maybe the Corvette Homecoming or something like that. I can get you showcased in that
That's
thing.
what we need to do. That I think because of the body itself, this is probably, in my own personal opinion as a Corvette guy, since the 60s, the early 60 Corvettes, this is the new generation Corvette that just is fast looking still.
Well, I tell you what, no offense, but I believe I like yours better than the ones that rolled out of the plant. Of course, I'm an old drag racer. I can't help it.
I hear you there. I hear you there. Yeah. I'm with you 100%.
Oh, I know, buddy, and I know what. I think that may be one of the best looking race cars I've ever seen.
Thanks.
And I actually had Keith Berry on here last week.
Yeah.
And his car, detail wise, it's pretty slick now. I mean It's pretty. Of course, it's a twin turbo, whatever. And the detail there, I'd never seen one with the exhaust coming through the frame and all the stuff to get it down on the ground like he did. And I'm sure that's commonplace to you.
Yeah,
but
it is
to me, it was sort of freaky to see, and I thought it was pretty cool. But every time I see one that I think's my favorite, I run up on another one, and I believe you have captured my heart, my friend.
Well, every car we build in our shop, it seems like, no matter what we do, the next one's a little bit better. The next one's a little bit better. And we have great customers that find us. I mean, we're a small shop.
Tell me how they find you.
Well, believe it or not, my sons talked me into doing the Facebook. And we put on Facebook strictly just our shop.
Okay.
Under my name. And it has been, it's worldwide. And it's unbelievable the response we get from people all over the world.
Well, guess what? You're going to get some more after this show.
I like it.
Because this is a worldwide too.
Yeah.
So
good deal. I'm all for that.
We have a fair listening audience.
Yeah.
And And we sort of search out the guys that the mainstream media doesn't go see.
Yeah.
And it works good for them because they get a little sponsor hit.
Oh,
it
yeah.
works good for you because you get to expose your stuff to people that you might not get to.
Yep.
I can't imagine, guys, if you want a race car that you would not search this gentleman out. This car is awesome. We're going to take some pictures of it, and we're going to flip it behind this interview on this show. This old fat guy sees a lot of cars.
I thought you were talking about me.
No, buddy, you got. Hey, trust me, my friend. I got blue jeans that you could get in one leg of. But
I thought maybe I ate too much.
No,
last
you
night.
did okay. You did all right. No, you didn't pig out on the burgers or nothing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of cars out there that and I like to think that I know a good one from a bad one.
Yeah.
And I have had it. I've been doing this stuff for Lord over 50 years. So this is a first class piece. This is a beautiful car. And I wish that we had more. Today is one of the days I wish this was TV and not radio.
Yeah. Well, they just came over and announced that we got Best Appearing Car for the Sports Nationals, so that's a big achievement right there in itself.
Not too shabby for an old country boy, is it?
Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby. And hopefully we'll go to Norwalk in a couple weeks and we'll get Best Engineered Car.
Well,
And that's the key.
I think that's well within the realm of possibility.
Oh,
my
yeah,
friend.
that's what they already said. You can only get one, and then you have to go to the next race for the second one.
Oh, they're doing that just to get those 2 entry fees is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know how that works. I've been just doing this a long time.
Politics are playing
Yeah,
at its
buddy,
best.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Bob, listen, it's been a pleasure. I have watched you run up and down the racetrack a lot of times, starting with some of the big dollar bracket races you started in and stuff. And I've admired the quality of your workmanship for a long time.
Well, I appreciate that.
And this, my friend, just might be
Over the top?
This might be the Van Gogh of your canvas because this thing.
We actually nicknamed it yesterday the Mean Machine, and it's serious car porn. It's because I've never seen gentlemen on their hands and knees walking around my car, looking at it. So,
I tell you what, guys, trust me. There's probably somewhere 600-700 cars here, and there is not one any cooler than what I'm sitting here looking at right now, and probably no more talented gentleman than I've just introduced you to.
Well, I appreciate that.
Bob, thank you for joining us on Event Radio, my friend. This has been fun and a long time coming, but well overdue.
Thank you very much. And make sure you get with me for the museum, because I'd like to display that at the museum.
Well, the Corvette Homecoming is not done at the museum. It's done at the convention center.
Oh.
They outgrew the museum.
Oh, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they put all the cool cars inside the convention center. And then they have big car shows outside. It's coming up real soon.
Yeah,
I'll give you a website where you can keep up with us.
Yeah.
And we do all the radio there and all that stuff. So it's a pretty deal. But there are a couple of drag race cars in the museum.
Cool.
That if you've been through,
I've actually been through there before the little incident there, but haven't been in there lately.
Before the world fell away, right?
Yeah, no doubt. At least I didn't have my car delivered.
That's true.
Yeah,
but it's actually, believe it or not, that put them on the map. They've had more visitors since the little floor fell in than they ever had before. And,
wanted to see who went swimming.
And, of course, out of all the cars, my favorite one in it is the one that wound up in the bottom of the hole. So, I love the little black car with the red inside with the half windshield and all that.
Yeah,
it was enough hot rod to get my attention. Of course, they've informed me, some of those Corvette guys have informed me, that these are not hot rods, they're finely engineered driver's cars.
There you go.
I haven't quite figured out what that is yet.
Either have I.
Yeah, trust me. Guys, what we're looking at from Mr. Bob Mandel is a finely engineered hot rod that is one bad mammer jammer. And thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the time.
Hey, thank you for being on Event Radio. Guys, we are at the JEGS Quick Fuel Sports Nationals, Beach Bend Raceway, and we're just having too much fun. The fun police may be on us at any minute, but you're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the NHRA Sports Nationals. Of course, the Quick Fuel JEG-sponsored race that we're having just a blast. We're having just too much fun. And we ride through the pits, and I see an absolutely gorgeous rig with 3 dragsters sitting out there, and I just can't help myself. The ads say racing RVs. And guys, that has completely changed the sport. The RV deal has changed the sport of drag racing. It used to be dually trucks and fifth-wheel chaparral trailers and all that stuff. When that was a hot lick when this race started in 1974. Now we've come up a year or two, and, buddy, we've got into some nice stuff, and you're one of the causes. I don't know whether I should thank you or hate you. What's your name, sir?
Joe Fisher.
Joe, where are you from, my friend?
We're up in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay, so you're in JEG's country.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
And we started off with a pickup and an open trailer, and I've been racing my whole life. I'm second generation, and we've went through every one of the progressions. The dually was actually the step up. Like, man, that's a great thing to tow with.
Listen, buddy, the first one we had, I thought we were King Kong.
We got that first motorhome, that gas one, that was just honestly a little bit of a POS, but back then it was the Taj Mahal.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Air conditioning and a fridge and a shower.
Made you not want to come out, right?
Right.
Other than the way it used to be. I mean, it used to be a box sleeper on top of a 150-gallon gas tank in the back of a dually was the Hilton.
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah. We had one of those, and to think about now sleeping there, going down the road with some of the crazy things that go on, it sort of gives you nightmares. But we're a long way from that now, buddy. Tell me a little about this.
Well, what we do is we specialize in the semi-conversion motorhomes now. And what the progression, again, from the pickup truck to the regular motorhome to the diesel motorhome, these are now designed to tow whatever we want. A very common question, I said, how much can it tow, Joe? And I said, whatever you want, literally. They're designed.
Queen Mary, if you can hook it up. Right?
Yep, yeah, I'd say you can pull down a building with them because they got 2,000 pounds of torque. And they're just the safest thing to go down the road with everybody now hauling 2, 3, 4 cars. We're hauling 30,000 pounds. And this thing will go straight at 80 miles an hour, and you'll feel good. And believe it or not, it'll stop on a dime. I mean,
let me ask you something. And one of the big questions, and of course, it's always a question, and racing has always been ultra expensive anyhow. But they look at some of these rigs and the price tags on them. How do people afford them?
Well, the best thing about these trucks, and at the moment the markets are making me look like a hero, is people can buy these. In the last 4 years, they've went up 20% in value. So someone buys one, let's just say they had some type of dually or trade-in. Well, most of the racers own most of that, or they use that as a down payment towards one of these.
Right.
And then they get a reasonable payment that they can afford every month. And the great thing is 3, 4 years, 5 years down the road, they're worth the same money.
Yeah.
You buy that diesel pusher for $120 in 4 years, it's worth $80.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And so the great thing, again, making me look good is the market with these trucks. They're holding their value so well. They're truly million-mile trucks, and they're going to outlast all of us, really, probably. I mean, because most racers only do that 20,000 miles a year tops.
And they got to be a little bit more comfortable to drive, knowing. I mean, the guy that gets into a big pusher diesel motorhome for the first time, that's got to be a little out of place. And this is still a truck, Yes. And most racers are pretty comfortable with driving a truck,
Yes, yeah, and that's. I always use the verbiage of when I towed 8-10 hours in a regular motorhome and those semis are pushing me all over the road and my trailer's swaying the whole time. Could I do it? Absolutely. Any of us racers can do that.
Sure.
But you get there and you're wore out. You're wore out for a full day. This thing, you set it to cruise at whatever you want. It stays there. You one-hand drive it, and you feel refreshed when you get somewhere.
It's probably about. I remember just my own, and this is a long time ago because I'm an antique, okay? But I remember going from a tongue-type trailer to a fifth-wheel chaparral, and I thought I'd died and went to heaven, I mean, here's the thing. Sits in the road. It does what you want. It rides back there. You almost forget that it's there.
Yes.
And this has got to be the same transition from going to a motorhome into the truck. It's got to be close to the same.
It is. I mean, and I tell people all the time, it drives almost the same with nothing behind it or a 36-foot stacker. I mean, it's that good. The trailer doesn't sway. It pulls you along safely. And the great thing is I mean, we specialize more in the used side of it, of course, but we do sell the new ones. But you can get one of these in most people's budget range, depending on what they're looking for.
Yeah.
but you can get them up to $400,000 or $500,000 customized too. So
yeah. Well, I'd say the one you're in is not real cheap,
yeah.
But that's okay. We won't talk about that. But how do people find you if they want to? You might. This little radio show goes to a lot of places,
sure.
and matter of fact, you're probably talking to a few over 100,000 people right
nice.
now. So, how do they find you?
Racing RVs, just like it sounds, racingrvs.com.
Okay.
All our inventory is on there. We're actually working on a new website to be a little bit more informative to help people with some of the questions, because there's a standard 6, 8, 10 questions we get all the time on these trucks. And honestly, I just wanted people to be able to be educated enough to buy the right coach for them. I don't always have that coach. I mean, it's impossible for me to stock everything, but we try and stock as many as we can. And I always line people up to find the best coach for them. And sometimes it's another dealer that has it.
Yeah, well, and of course, guys, that's a beauty part of dealing with a racer. If you are one, how well you're taken care of by the racing community. So if you're going to spend your money, that's where you need to spend it.
Yeah.
These guys, they not only appreciate it, but they will take care of you after the fact, and that means a whole lot.
And again, I grew up drag racing. I know we're in a small community, and my name means everything to me. And we try and go out of our way to make sure everybody's happy. It's tough. I mean, honestly, some things break. I mean, that's part of life.
Well, it's still mechanical for you.
Sure. But we try and stand behind it if it's within reason, and we try and help people the best we can. I mean, right now we got a coach getting remodeled at our shop. That's a racer friend of ours. We put him in a demo. So he's driving one of our coaches for 3 weeks while we remodel the inside of his.
Hey, can't beat that, buddy.
No.
Could you do that to my condo and just put me in the Virgin Islands or something while you're working on it? That'd be okay.
I hear you.
Anyway, listen, my friend, your wife, I had to disturb her to get you to have you on this interview, and I was afraid she was going to put the dog on me. So don't let her get mad at me. But thank you so much for letting us disturb you and letting us tell the world about what you got going on. These are absolutely awesome vehicles, guys, and please go to racingrvs.com and check them out. And pretty cool when you got somebody in the business, and I think that's neat.
Sure, and we do the same. We support every racer we can. It has a small business, and just like all of us, we started with one truck. People start with one part, and we're just trying to help people like everybody else trying to help us. So
there you go. Can't beat that, guys. Listen, my friend, thank you for being on Event Radio. We appreciate it. Guys, we are at the JEGS Quick Fuel NHRA Sports Nationals, the race that has withheld the test of time. And it all started here in 1974 and has been rocking and rolling ever since. And you come back, and it couldn't be a more fitting event to make memories and to do on this Memorial Day weekend, which is the ultimate memory to thank our veterans for giving us this opportunity. You're on Event Radio, guys. We're having just too much fun. The fun police may be close behind, but we're going to outrun them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the JEGS Quick Fuel Sports Nationals, and we're sort of in the middle of deja vu here. We come to see a gentleman that probably, I know in 1974, I watched win the very first Sports Nationals. And this gentleman, it is not his first rodeo. He is a many time champion. He is the grand marshal of this event. And near and dear to my heart, the old Pro Comp days are just the best there ever was. But the one and only Mr. Jimmy Scott, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. And I think the Pro Comp days were, without a doubt, some of my most fun times.
Well, they were my fun times too. And I didn't get to do quite as well as you guys, but I was fortunate enough to have an old beater funny car back then, and a guy named Dale Armstrong built the motors for me, and so it ran good. And there were a lot of IHRA races that there were like 16 of you guys and us, and you all just spanked us to death, but that was okay.
Well, that's probably why a little while down the line they split Pro Comp into Top Alcohol Dragster and Top Alcohol Funny Car, because it really wasn't totally fair. If it was a
we did all right. We held our own. I mean, when you got Armstrong Power and you go some of the IHRA, the NHRA stuff, we couldn't, of course, you know that. But the IHRA stuff, my old car ran good, and we were just lucky enough at some things. Of course, I'd rather be lucky than good at anything.
Well, a couple times we got whipped by the alcohol funny cars in that same era. Wilford Boudelaire got us.
Oh, Wilford's my buddy. I saw Wilford.
Love Wilford.
Oh, Wilford's cool. Listen, I can remember he and Susie, the old dog Harley. Do you remember the dog? He had an old Basset Hound.
Yeah.
And I, at the time, Wilford had moved to Atlanta.
I remember him moving to Atlanta.
Well, he found this dog, and I mean, the dog, I think, liked him better than his wife. And of course, that's understandable.
That doesn't surprise me.
No. Wilford was an Antic guy, and it was funny. We became pretty good friends, and at the Hot Rod reunion, I saw him, and hell, we hugged like old lost high school dates, you know, and because you get to relive.
Absolutely, I would love to run across Wilford again. I haven't seen him probably in 40 years.
Well, let me tell you what he does. You're gonna. He tickled me, and I said, Wilford, what are you up to, buddy? He said, I work for one of them NASCAR teams. I said, really? Do you like it? He said, no, I don't like it. And I said, well, why do you do it? He said, because they pay me good. And I said, well, that's normal. And I said, is it somebody? I said, I'm sure you're doing head work and stuff. He said, oh yeah. I said, I do all the heads and stuff. And he said, I refuse to go to their shop, so they do it in mine. And he's in Dawsonville, Georgia, where Bill Elliott's from. And I said, well, Wilford, I said, is it a team I might recognize? He said, I don't know. He said, I don't keep up with it stuff. I don't even like it. And I said, well, who is it? He said, a little outfit called Hendricks Motorsports.
Oh, jeez.
So that's what he's doing, Jimmy.
Well, he's probably getting paid real well.
Well, he said, you ever want to go to one of those races? And I said, well, no, I'm not really into it either. He said, well, I've got Rick's cell number here. And said, if I need to, I'll get you in there where you can see it. And I said, well, I appreciate it. But, if you think about it, all of the big sports now came from sort of our era, and the guys in our era. You look at Jack Roush, you look at Wilford, you look at the guys. Of course, Dale's not with us anymore, but Mike Geiger even right now doing the tuning for the little gal, and they're all from that era.
Absolutely. The one time I drove Dale Armstrong's car, Mike was probably maybe 18 years old then, but Mike was super smart, very, very hard working.
Oh, yeah.
And you could see that he was going to do good, once he got a little bit older.
Yeah. Well, it was a fun time. I of course, I didn't quite get the notor, whatever you call it, and the recognition you guys did. I didn't earn it, and you did. But I had fun. That's the best time I ever spent in my life,
I would 100% agree, and I got to win a few, but I was lucky enough to drive for some really, really smart people, and that's the key to it.
Well, did you ever tell them that the jockey don't walk the horse? Is that it, or what?
Well, being brutally honest, probably 80% tuner, maybe 20% driver. But,
okay,
it's.
I figured that.
Yeah. Most people do.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay. Are you having fun?
I'm having a ball. And these guys, the Texas Demon guys, I've been down in Texas helping them a few times, and I've driven it a couple times. And when they heard that I was going to be part of this Grand Marshal deal, they really wanted to be part of it. So they put together, they've got a really, really strong B Nostalgia motor, but they had a little bit of problems with it. So the A motor doesn't run quite as well, and it's on a little tougher index, but we're just really here to have fun.
Well, see, that's where your job comes in. That's where you got to make up for the shortfalls. You got to keep up that reputation. I mean, you're the guy that wins can win with nothing. And no, really, you're a very talented gentleman, and your career proves that. And I got to play with you a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't be me if I didn't play some. But you like Bowling Green?
I love it. I've been back a couple of times. Came back here with Gene Adams tuned Asian Flu Altered here. So I'm thinking maybe early 80s. And I love this place. It's just,
Well, we've talked. I talked to Mike Coughlin. I talked to several people on this show. And this place is probably one of the premier racetracks in the country. It always has been, from the very first Sports Nationals, which you won, by the way, to today. And they constantly make improvements. They constantly keep it nice. And the first one, and I know you remember because you probably sat in line for 2 hours to get in here, but now there are 26 multi-day events that go on here in the summertime.
Wow, I did not know that. And I think one of the things about Bowling Green, and here comes a big word, the ambiance. I mean, it just...
I heard that once before. They don't do... now, you West Coast guys, we don't use that much in the South. But that's, we're sweet tea and country ham, okay? But we... I've heard ambiance before, so I know what that is.
It really applies. It's just... The facility just looks like nostalgia.
Well,
and everybody is wonderful here. I love this place.
Well, we love having you, not only as a racer, but we love having you as an ambassador to this race. They could not have picked a more fitting gentleman than you, with the heritage that you have and the following that you have. Even though you may not know it, but there are a ton of people at this event that still know who you are.
Wow.
That came to this in the late 70s.
Wow.
Me, this old fat guy for one. I sat in the line too. But this race probably. Watching you win the 74 race probably is what spurred me to want to try to do it, and I had done it with some beaters, and I figured, well, I guess you can go broke this way or as any other way, so we sort of stepped it up and had fun, and you may not know it, but you may have been responsible for me having some of the most fun times of my life.
Well, if you had fun doing it and I caused or helped with that,
I'm sure you did, my friend,
more than
and
thankful.
It is an honor and a pleasure to have you on Event Radio. Thank you for all that you've done, all the entertainment that you've brought so many, and because you don't do any junk, my friend. You make that thing walk the walk, and you're the guy that ultimately you both get the glory and the blame. So the driver always gets that, no matter what.
Oh, yeah, once the motor starts, anything that bad happens, that's the driver's fault.
Yeah, you did.
And if it really flies, it's because the tuner had a good tune-up.
Yeah, there you go. Guys, let me tell you what. The gentleman that absolutely should be one of the grand marshals of this event, a true gentleman, one great racer. Trust me, it doesn't get any better than this. Mr. Jimmy Scott, thank you, sir, for being on Event Radio. It's been our honor.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me. And to anybody that still remembers, I had a ball, and thank you very much.
Well, and it ain't over yet, guys. You're going to see him spank them on this year's anniversary probably. So we're going to – I guarantee you when this guy pulls up to the starting line, they go to the fence, they watch him because he has a past record that is unequaled by anybody. And you always watch the superstars, and I've just had one of them on here. Guys, you're on Event Radio. We are at the JEGS Quick Fuel, Beach Bend International Raceways, NHRA Sports Nationals. We're having just a blast. The fun police are probably close, and they're after us, so we better move on. But you're on Event Radio. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
Quick Fuel Technology, the innovators in fuel systems, introduces the latest in high-temperature coating technology for select street and performance carburetors. QFT's new Black Diamond Series features a unique satin black Teflon coating that provides award-winning good looks and lasting durability. The Black Diamond Series is impact-resistant, repels all underhood chemicals, and reduces fuel temperature by 6% for improved performance. The Black Diamond Series by Quick Fuel, the ultimate in form and function.
All right, guys, we are back from the JEGS Quick Fuel NHRA Sports Nationals. And this race being the memorable event that it is done on one of the greatest weekends of the year. It is done on a weekend that we all deserve to take time and thank our veterans. They are the ones that made it possible to let us be here and do this. And they signed a check, guys, payable with their life if necessary, to enable you to go to these events, to have this fun, and do all the things that so many people in this world take advantage of or they forget about. And I am honored. We brought you a lot of cool racers on this show. None of them are as important as the gentleman I'm about to introduce you to. He is one of the veterans. He is a Vietnam veteran. He got to be because of your age, and I'm old like you, so I know. But we couldn't resist stopping and talking to him. Tell everybody who you are, sir.
Arthur Joe Covert from Saukville, Wisconsin, Vietnam vet 67 through 70, 2 tours.
Yeah, boy, you were a glutton for punishment, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah. You got to hold it up close, buddy. You got to pretend like you like it. Okay. All right.
But I spent 2 tours over in a CB team, which stood for Construction Battalion.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay, a lot of people wonder what a CB team was.
Well, I know what that is. I mean, I played that game too, buddy. I was there a little later than you. I actually got in '68 and did all the. I went through all the training and took all the shots and everything, but I didn't have to go. And I won't say that I'm sorry of that. You know,
I understand.
I think that it's a doggone shame that the Vietnam vets did not get the recognition that they should have gotten. You guys, you did your duty. You did it well. And daggone it, they should have given you every accolade in the world, and they didn't.
Yeah, it was a rough thing when you came home. It really was. You didn't talk about it.
I know you didn't. I've got some friends that didn't come home, and I veterans are, trust me, guys, they deserve everything that they get, and whatever it is, it's not enough. You need to talk. There are several bills in the works that are some veterans retirement homes and things like that Congress is just being too stupid not to pass. So if you get a chance to talk to your congressman or your fearless leader, whoever that may be, tell them, say, hey, boys, screw your head on right and let's do something, you know.
I agree with you. That's correct. We just opened a Fisher House in Milwaukee, which is huge, just huge. It was 5 years in the making, and I was part of the guys that were there to dedicate it. It was very impressive to see this beautiful Fisher House set up. It's like the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, sure.
But I think there's like 80 or 90 of them, and that's in the U.S. and a couple of them overseas also, all for veterans.
That's wonderful, my friend. That is wonderful. Well, out of 600 or 700 cars here, I had to sort of slide in sideways when I saw the logos on your motorhome, and I wasn't kidding in the beginning when I said you're probably the most important racer here, and you really are.
Well, that we appreciate it. It's really changed in the last 8 to 10 years. The recognition we've gotten compared to being, afraid to mention it. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I think they were afraid because they didn't understand.
Oh, exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Well, I want to be one of the ones, even though I played the game too. I want to be one of the ones to publicly on the air thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you did, the sacrifices you made. And I know there were many. And I think it's only something like 7 out of 100 people have ever worn the uniform in the United States today. And that's a shame. That's a shame that and the other 93 want to, pardon the expression, bitch about it, you know?
Exactly.
And that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, you see that a lot. The Vietnam veterans are being helped a lot now, but when I came home with problems, there was no one here to help you. The Iraqi vets, I've got some real good friends of mine. Their sons are coming back from Iraq, Afghanistan, and they're getting at least a little praise.
But not enough.
Oh, no, never enough.
There is never enough, guys. So trust me, if you see a guy and you can recognize that he's a veteran of any kind, go up, shake his hand, thank him for the price that he paid to let you do the fun stuff that you take advantage of or take for granted every day of the world.
Amen.
I think that. My friend, thank you for taking a minute. I had to disturb you walking the dog, so don't let the dog bite me. But he might catch something. And, but thank you for taking a few minutes to be on Event Radio. It is our pleasure, our honor to have you. And we hope you had fun in Bowling Green and at Beach Bend and just have a big time.
Beautiful place, beautiful thing NHRA Jags do. It's unreal.
Oh, what you got, Harley Davidson?
Yep, we have a Harley Davidson Museum sponsorship, and we're trying to promote the museum, which is absolutely beautiful in Milwaukee.
Well, I tell you what, Harleys are cool. I actually had 2 of them myself up until this week, and I sold one. I'm getting old, and I hate to admit it. Now, this is going to show you how dumb I am. I still have a full custom that I actually get to play with a little bit, but I bought a doggone Zuma scooter, a 50cc scooter, and it's a shame to have that much fun with your clothes on, I mean, you can pull it in on the sidewalk and you can do all the stuff you couldn't do with a big bike, and doggone, I'm having fun with that thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They are fun.
But the Harleys are first class, guys. And where's the museum? Can they see it on a computer or something?
Yeah, you could go look up HarleyDavidsonMuseum.com. It's in Milwaukee. If you ever get up there, you got to see it. It's unbelievable. You go in there, you can spend a whole day. I mean, they got everything from Easy Rider's bike there to Willie G. Davidson stuff there. Cool stuff. Really cool.
You got a statue of Willie G. standing outside or anything? Do you really? Because the Corvette Museum here, they have Duntov in there. See, he is entombed there.
And you got to be old to know who Duntov is.
Yeah, boy, I'm telling you, we don't need to talk there.
Yeah.
Listen, my friend, thank you for joining us on Event Radio. It has been our pleasure and honor. Like I said, that guys, we are having just too much fun. The fun police are probably close behind, but they haven't caught us yet. And we're going to keep on keeping on. There will not be an interview on this whole show any more important than the one we just did for you. And like I say, if you get the opportunity, today is Veterans Day. Go up, thank a veteran, and close your eyes and say a little prayer for them for everything that they've done for you, because daggone it, they deserve it.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Guys, you're on Event Radio. We're having just too much fun at the Quick Fuel JEGS NHRA Sports Nationals from Beach Bend Raceway in Bowling Green, Kentucky. You're on Event Radio. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, guys, what do you think? This is an excellent show. This show sort of does dual purpose. It actually goes back in time a little and brings you an event that is so important to so many of us that the Sports Nationals actually jump-started Beach Bend, if you will, to bring all the great events that now go on almost on a weekly basis. There are 26 multi-day events that go on at this facility just this year alone. And the Sports Nationals, the inauguration race of this event, made all this stuff happen. And I think that's so cool. Much like in the beginning when I told you that I got to rekindle a friendship of over 50 years. That, boy, how cool is that when you see somebody that you were buddies that many years ago, and then you can hook up again and still be friends, and it's almost like all you did was take just a little short break, even though it was a 50-year break. But man, you talk about fun. That was fun. This event has been a hoot. I mean, all of the guests, how do you get better guests than Jimmy Scott? How do you get better guests than Mike Coughlin? How do you get better guests than we've had on this show? And especially the day that it is, honoring our military with it being Memorial Day weekend. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. And at Event Radio, we are honored to have you listen to our broadcasts and let us bring you some of the color and some of the people at the events that you get to attend here at Beach Bend. As always, guys, we never end a broadcast without thanking our sponsors. They are the most important people going. The great guys at Quick Fuel Technology, one of the premier sponsors of this event, bringing you the inauguration of the Sports Nationals and letting history repeat itself and bring it back. And it doesn't get any better than Quick Fuel. Please think of them for all your carburetor needs. No matter what, you will be elated that you made the right choice. The great guys at Holley, they have everything that's anything on for your hot rod, including just acquiring MSD ignition and several other things. Give those guys a call, Holley.com, and they will take care of every need you may have for your hot rod. Of course, Beach Bend Raceway, Beach Bend Splash Lagoon, and Beach Bend Amusement Park. There is no better place in the South to go have fun. All of the cool events. You've heard people on this show from all over these United States praise how nice this place is, and you'll never know unless you visit it for yourself. So please figure out one of the things, whether it's Hot Rod Reunion, the Tri-5, the Harley Drags, any event that we have good guys. We have a Nopi race, I think, or a import performance race, and so many things that go on at Beach Bend. There are surely things that will get your interest, and you can come and bring the family and have a great, great time. Last but not least, my good friend and our buddies at gearheadgazette.com. Go on there. Everything that's cool, gearheadgazette.com brings you. You can just go on their website and you can see updates constantly of everything cool in the car hobby, no matter what it is. Jimmy B and the guys, they keep up with it, and you can go have one big time with gearheadgazette.com. As always, we appreciate more than you know you listening to Event Radio and letting us be just a little part of your day. We hope we have entertained you. We hope you have enjoyed the guests that we brought you. But more than anything, if you've had a good time, please tell a friend. But if you haven't, you keep that to yourself. Thanks again for joining us, and we will talk again.
You've been listening to Event Radio, covering local drag racing, stock car racing, motorcycles, go-karts. If it's got wheels and you can race it, you heard about it here. Event Radio is motorsports radio on steroids. Join us next time with your hosts, Spivey Williams and Terrible T Guy.